Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So today I want to take and show you guys how to make yourself some nice little drawer pulls. Now, these drawer pulls are great for like small cabinetry, things like that, and they are fairly simple to make. So we're going to make them out of some fairly small stock. This happens to be 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch or 6 mil by 6 mil square stock, and it is 5 inches long or 125 mil long. So I've got a piece in the fire here heating up, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take and put and do half on half off blows and set down a bit of material. But we're going to set down the material on a diamond. So we're going to set this on the diamond and we're going to make some very simple but elegant little drawer pulls. Now, you can do some variations with this with twisting and whatnot, and you know, sky's the limit. Really, sky's the limit. You can choose to do whatever you like with that. You know, I'm going for a simple, elegant look. You can go with whatever look that best suits you or that looks most pleasing to your eye. We're just going for a little basic look this time around, but you can do twists and you can do all sorts of things like that. So we've got this thing heating up. It's almost up to where we're going to make our little foot pad on the end. When we make that foot pad, we are searching for just about a cube of material. A cube of material is whatever the width or the thickness of the parent bar stock of material is, that is the length. So in this case, we're going to look for roughly about 6 mil or 1/4 inch on the edge of the anvil. And we'll make that first set down and hammer that out into a little foot pad. Now, this is a video in conjunction with my wife's Blacksmith cheat sheet, where you can find 50 hand-forged items for sale that will help you be able to do SEO and things like that on those items. And so I'm going through that same process. I'll put a link to that in the description down below where you can go check that out. The Blacksmith cheat sheet, it's 50 items with all the SEO figured out for you. And it's only $10 as a downloadable link. So hope you guys enjoy that. If you like to take and get something like that, Jessica put her heart and soul into it. So we're going to get this. Great thing about 1/4 inch stock is it heats quickly. So we'll get this pulled out here. And like I said, we're going to put it up on the diamond. And we're going to put about 6 mil on. And we're just going to hammer straight down. Now what you're going to see what this creates is a very nice looking little foot pad. And that's all we're wanting right there. We don't want to do much more than that. We just want that nice elegant shape. So now we'll flip it around and we'll do the other side. Okay, so keeping it in the same orientation as the other one, 1/4 inch or 6 mil on, hammering straight down again to roughly about the same dimension. So there you have it. That's what we have so far. We have something with 2 little foot pads on there. Now I like doing it on the tangent like this just because I think it just makes the little drawer pull a little, I don't know, it makes it look a little nicer in my opinion. So now the next step in this process is we actually need to bend this away. So in the direction that we did it here, we're going to flip it a full 180 degrees, go to the far side of the anvil, and we're going to bend that away at approximately a 45-degree angle. The reason for that being is we want this to be able to sit flush. We want this to sit flush on the cabinetry. If you bend it in this direction, you'd have a kink right here, which would be a weak point in the drawer pull. So that'll all become a little more clear as I go along here, and then we will show you a little bit more as we get it going here. now we got those bent over. That went a little past 90, but that's okay. Now we are ready to take and actually bend our little drawer pole. So we will heat this up and we'll go ahead and do the bending around the horn. Now, to do the bending around the horn, you're going to want to get yourself a rawhide mallet. Basically, if you're doing it on a tangent like this, you don't want to take and hit that tangent on any rough or sharp edge, and that includes your hammer face, because it'll leave a flat on that tangent. So we want to preserve that, so we need to take and hit this with a soft mallet, so this way it conforms around the horn of the anvil without damaging that sharpness or crispness of line. Okay, now we're going to take and bend this away from where those foot pieces are up. And now if you make yourself a bending jig for this, this will be such a much better way of doing it. It'll be a lot easier to sell items like this, little small bits like this, and I highly recommend if you're going to do more than one of these, that you do that you make yourself some small bending jigs for this purpose, and this purpose only. But basically all we're trying to get after is to take and get an arc in here, and we want that arc to be nice and even. So I've got to heat this back up because I've spent more time talking than I have hammering, and we'll take and get that arc a little more even on that foot. Okay, now for the little final part of this little arc, we're just going to grip it here. The trickiest part is trying to grab it once it's on the arch. So it's better if you can do this all in one go, and keeping everything square. So if you can keep everything square, you're going to be good to go. Again, you don't want to have any twisting in this. You don't want to allow it to get any sort of twisting. You want that all to come out as straight as you can, and get this adjusted up nice to where it sits nice and level and flush. Now you can come back here and you can clean up this little foot pad area if you need to. You need to get it squared back to the anvil face and get it adjusted accordingly. And there you go. So after you get it done, it should stand on its own when it's done. Now this will take just a little more tweaking and adjustments with the hammer. This is where, like I said, a jig for something that's fiddly like this is impeccable, to have a nice jig to do this with. But that's basically it. You know, after you've got that done, you've got one done, you essentially make the next one to suit the first one. So let me go ahead and do that now. Got one more heated up where I've already done the first two parts. And we'll go ahead and bend it. Again, trying to make sure it comes out nice and square and looking nice. Bend this right up and get that arch in it just like the other one. Again, highly recommend you get a jig for this. If you're going to be doing this production wise, which I'm assuming you will if you're making these to sell. Jig is highly recommended. So get it all squared up, and there you go. Said it'll take some adjustments and things like that, but now the drawer pulls are basically done. Now, I know what you're asking yourself. Well, he didn't even put holes in it yet. And you're exactly right. I have not put holes in it yet because I will drill holes. Now, you can punch these holes, say you don't have a good drill press for this. I would recommend going out and buying a good drill press if you don't have a good drill press. That's a recommendation I would give you. And if you do that, it will save you a lot of time versus trying to punch holes on this small of material. Anyways, these cause quite the stately thing, and they can look good in just about anybody's home. For finishes, you can take and do a coconut oil finish or a boiled linseed oil. Most likely, I will wire wheel these and do a boiled linseed oil finish on them, and they're good to go, ready to go to the customer. So, that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. By the way, real quick, talking about the price, these can go, drawer pulls can go anywhere from about $5 a pair all the way up to $15 a pair. So for this here, I would probably charge closer to around the 15. It kind of depends on the contract you get. You may get lucky and get like all their cabinetry to do, and you may want to cut them a little bit of a break, maybe go down around the $10 for a simple set of drawer pulls like this. So that's it for this video. Again, hope you liked it. If you've got any questions, chuck them in the comment section down below. And like always, God bless you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.